Apple are stealing your money. Yes, you heard that right. Apple are stealing your money, and in today's video we're going to discuss exactly what product they're able to do that so successfully with without their customers realising. Now, of course, if you haven't already realised, we are talking about the Apple Silicone cases. Now, these are a big scam and you shouldn't buy them, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. So the Apple Silicone cases retail for about £40 to £50, and they're very rarely on sale because Apple very rarely do sales now. For 40 to 50 quid, they are very, very, very overpriced. They're not necessarily a very bad case, but they're not a good case either. So for example, a Spigen case or something is usually, what, £20 to £30 maybe, and they are so much more protective than an Apple Silicone case. Now, as we open up this case, there's a little pull tab, as you know, on the box, as Apple do now. That's the one thing Apple do very well, is they actually box their products very well. So we've pulled away at the tab, and then we are going to pull at the top of the box, and we're going to open up this case. Now, this is the midnight colour for the iPhone SE, so it's a very nice case. Now, I got lucky. I found this on John Lewis, which is a British website if you're not from the UK, and it essentially was 10 quid. So that is probably what this case probably should cost. Now, they're very, very, very flimsy, as you can see. They're not very protective, and at the bottom of the case there's a cutout. And what that's done in the past to phones, there's a few marks on the bottom of my phone because of it. And yeah, so they're not the best. But if we pop it onto the phone, that's what it looks like when it's on the phone. Now, as you can see, the cutout at the bottom, it just exposes the whole bottom to dust and damage if you drop your phone. It's also not the best for being very drop proof. As you can see, the screen actually protrudes from higher than the case. Now, that isn't ideal, because if you drop your phone face down, usually what a case will do, that's on this iPhone XR here, see it lips up. If you drop your phone face down, that is going to protect the screen before the screen hits the ground. So what this one will do is, as long as there's not a rock or anything, with the other case you won't break your screen, but highly likely that if you drop this phone you're going to crack your screen. And that's, Apple Silicone cases are known around the community for not being particularly good. They're very, very flimsy, fragile, they don't last very long, and they're also prone to just breaking without any damage on them, which is really odd for a case. Like, a hard shelled plastic case like that isn't gonna just, you know, fall apart, whereas these cases can fall apart. And I'm going to show you, I've got the same Apple Silicone case in the blue colour that I've had for a couple of years. It's currently sitting on an iPhone 7, and if you look at the corners of the case, it's actually starting to peel away on the sides, and that's just from being used normally. I haven't dropped it or anything using this case, it was looked after, and they just peel. So they're very, very unreliable, not very durable. And the reason Apple do this is because they know there's a lot of people who I like to consider Apple sheep out there, and they will just buy any Apple product known to man. I made a shorts on a product that everyone's buying, the Vision Pro, for no reason, and because it's got the Apple logo on it, everyone wants it. It's like a status symbol. Look, I've got an iPhone, I've got an Apple case. If you get another case, right, that didn't have the Apple logo, say that was covered, it's not, as noticeable that you've got an iPhone, and people like that to be a thing. And Apple know that they can make this as flimsy and as cheap as they like, and sell it for a premium price because it's a premium product, and people will buy it anyway. And I don't know why people do it, but they do. And yeah, I reckon the reason they make these so undurable and so delicate is because they know once it breaks and it peels, someone's going to go back to Apple, they're going to buy another one, and they'll do this for the life cycle of a phone. One of these phones is supposed to last, what, about 3 years? So if your case broke maybe twice a year, let's say, and you went out and bought another one because you're one of these Apple sheep, over the 3 years, 35, 40 quid a case, they've nearly made the price back of one of these iPhones on your cases. It's a marketing scheme where companies like Spigen and Otterbox used to be a big one, I think they still are, and a lot of other companies make protective cases, get a good reputation, because they know that they can sell them for whatever price they want, and they'll actually be good and people will buy them. And yeah, but I mean, to be fair, there probably are some cases where these are good cases, and I would say a major one is if you work in an office job, you know, your phone's in your pocket all day, you're not pulling it in and out your pocket all day and maybe potentially dropping it. They might be good because they're quite sleek, you know, they don't add much bulk to the phone, but so they're a lot better for that. But if you do anything else, like, I don't know, mountain biking, like I've got one of these things with a quad lock case, and it has like a very protective hard shell on it, and I've dropped my phone in that case many times and it hasn't broken, and they're very good. So if you do anything like outside of an office or anything, you know, outdoorsy or DIY or anything, you don't want one of these cases because it will just break your phone. So all in all, they're a pretty decent case, but definitely not for the money. I think if you can get one like I did on Jobbis or wherever you are, Target if you're in America, somewhere like that, for 10 quid, get it. It's probably the best case you can get for 10 quid. But if you're anywhere other than that and you see them and they're 35, 40 quid, don't get one. Save yourself 10, 15 quid and get like something like a Spigen case or something like that, because you don't want to be doing this and having to buy 2 of these cases. It's not worth it at all. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends, and comment down below what are the products you want me to review, and what's your opinion on the Apple Silicone cases, because I know they discontinued the leather cases because they weren't selling, and I think we all know why. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.